Hi all, this is Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how to bezel set a gorgeous heart-shaped cabochon. So again, I'm going to show off something beautiful that Susie's making. It's this lovely little heart-shaped pendant for this lovely heart-shaped stone. But what I wanted to talk about was something that's really common with pear-shaped stones and heart-shaped stones is that the tip, it kind of tapers down. So for example, look at the side of the stone. I'll let Alexis do a close-up. So you see how we had to file away a bit at the tip? That's also very common in pear shapes, that basically if you have the bezel totally level, it'll be too high at that spot. So what we did is we kind of drew on there with a little Sharpie and we did a little filing. And then what you notice is then even though the line isn't straight, it looks straight, if you know what I mean, because it's following the line of the stone. Because if you have an enormous amount of extra metal there, it's never going to look good. You know what I mean? It's never going to look nice. So if you're getting ready to set and you have that problem where like it's the right height everywhere, but at the corners or the tip, you've got too much bezel, just file it down. That's all you need to do. You need to make that align with the piece so that you won't have so much. And so then I'll give you a little demo on how to set this, but removing that extra metal is essential. So the whole key when you're setting, in this case, the lovely pear shape that we were just adjusting, is that you're not going to actually put your setting tool absolutely flat on the point. You're going to put it really just like maybe a degree to the side and then roll out. So for example, what that means is this. I'm of course using the Jewelry Arts beautiful, fabulous bezel roller, the best in the whole world. Insert plug here. Okay, so I'm not going to take that and put it absolutely like dead on the point and squish right there. Because if I do that, that point won't be all that pointy anymore. You know, it gets kind of mushed looking and it'll never really look good. And of course, none of that is what we want. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tool in my hand with my thumb and forefinger on either side as normal. And I'm going to put it right here. And you notice how it's sort of like maybe 1 degree over to the side of the point. Okay? Then I'm going to press in and roll out. You see what I'm saying? So I literally think of it that I'm pushing the extra metal away from the point. It's all that, if you have any extra in there, that's what gives you that really mangly looking stuff that you don't want. So here we are. And what Alexis was just saying is that it is really kind of hard to see on the film, how we're really just a hair to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other side so that you can see that as well, right? So I'm gonna put my tool here, like that would be dead on. No, I'm gonna go just a hair to the side. To me, I think of it as like literally a degree or two off to the side of it. And I'm gonna push in and I'm gonna roll away. You see what I mean? I'm gonna do the left side again. Watch this, it's gonna happen again and again. Press in and roll away. And you see what's happening? How that point is becoming beautiful? Because absolutely dead on the point, it gets lumpy and it will never look good. And I absolutely cannot recommend that for your gorgeous stone and your gorgeous setting. Okay, I'm gonna do it a couple more times. So a hair to the side and roll away. And a hair to the side and roll away like so. And basically I do that until all the extra space is gone and the point is beautiful. Then we're gonna work right in here because that's the other sharpest spot is the little indent. For that, we're not gonna use the bezel roller. We're gonna use one of the smaller tools because we need to be able to get in there now and press it in. And then I'll show you how to do all the rest. Okay? So you see then how you get a beautiful point with no spaces in there. That looks fucking fantastic. So then we're going to move to the other areas, but basically that technique will never fail you. So you may remember from last time this unbelievably beautiful heart-shaped stone that Susie's setting. So the last lesson was how to do the point and make it look ridiculous and badass and beautiful, which I believe it is all of those things together. So then once we've conquered that, then the thing becomes, but what about the fucking cleavage? So that's what we're gonna handle today, the cleavage. Insert shameless plug here, the master setting tool set. The reason why that there are multiple shapes, because people are like, well, I know how to use the bezel roller. What do I do with the other ones? So the straight setters are one of the tools that you may not use it every single day, but you will use it. And these are the tools you use when you can't get in there with your bezel roller. So like when you have a stone right next to your bail, when you have a bunch of little stones all very close to each other, like there's a lot of scenarios when you do not have the room, you know, to just get in there with your bezel roller and do your thing. So this is one of those times, because obviously trying to get into that cleavage with a bezel roller is like not a thing. So instead we're going to use the smallest one of the straight setters, which is this cute little guy right here, right? And all I'm going to do is press straight in. So I'm going to set it up in my hand like always, you know, with my thumb and forefinger on either side, my elbow up in the air, and I'm going to take this like this, and I'm going to press in. And you see what that does? Look at that.
I'm gonna have to come around to the other side.
So you see how that fits like right in there? And basically, once we get the center done, then just like we would with any point, we're gonna start rolling that extra space away. Because I'm sure I've said it many times, but I'm gonna say it again. If you take your setting tool and you move extra space toward a point, it will look like shit. It's very difficult to get it out. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. There's nothing you can do afterward that will ever bring it back to what it was supposed to be. Okay? Is that dramatic enough? I hope it is, that will like burn into your brain. Like, no, can't be fixed. Okay. So what I'm going to do then with this is I can probably go then with a little larger one to move this out of here, but you could probably still use a little one too. That's why there's 3 sizes, by the way. So like small, smaller, and smallest. You know, they're all small. Okay, so I can take this here and put this like this, you see, and you press in and you roll outward and try not to slide too much. You see what I'm saying? And we're just gonna take that extra and move it out. And we were talking earlier, the same thing with the point. It's not that hard to do, but if you don't do it right, if you don't do with the same like principles, it's really hard to get it to come out looking nice. So heed my words. Do it like this. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working my way out. Now also Susie did a beautiful job of making a nice tight bezel. Nice work. You see what I mean? And then once I get to an area with more room, I can keep going with the straight setter, or I can just shift out into the bezel roller. You know, because once you're out here, you've got enough room. You can press in and roll it away. You see what I mean?
At this point, would you say that the point is done?
I may press in there like one more time, but pretty much, yeah, like when there's no space. See, so you're always rolling away from a point and also the cleavage, which is an inverted point, okay? You just got to get that metal out of there. But you see what I mean? Like that took nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look at this beautiful heart. You see what I mean? Look at that. That is hot stuff. So that's how you do it, so that it really shows off that heart, you know, with all its beautiful curves and points. It's fantastic. Really nice job. Really all that needs to be left, like, you know, I'll probably take a Swifty wheel on the top and shine it a little bit, you know, but a tiny bit of smithing and we're all finished. So look at how ridiculously gorgeous this heart came out. I can't stand it. It's amazing.